Alright everyone, welcome back to part 2 of my rant video revolving DSP. And let me actually move this, okay, that should work. Alright, so I'm gonna look up DSP's Twitter account here. And this is another proof that he's pretty much have lied, and I have seen Chris mention about that I didn't notice, so I want to thank you, Chris, for actually and letting us know. So, I need to... no, sorry. I just need to find it, though. So I just need to find it. Like, this is the problem. He also made this rant about a lot of people, like, and this is the other thing. He made a lot of rant here on his Twitter account about people with time waster games, which I'll get to that later, actually. I'll get to that later. Oh, okay, I found the, Alright, I actually found the thing, I need to remember which one was a lie, though. I need to remember which one was a lie. Let's see. Now, here's the other thing. Okay, now, here's one example. He replied to this guy that is known as Arsalan68323, saying, "You should know that there are two sides to every story. I hadn't seen the vid, but I've heard Chris give full and half truths." Now, from what Chris actually mentioned, though, well, like in his episode, in Chris's video of The Truth Comes Out, he pretty much mentioned, almost the entire truth about DSP. Saying, like, pretty much made up that lie about him making that, like him saying that Phil paid him over $3,000 and to make the PC, but literally Chris made a screenshot that was showing that he paid him over $1,200. Which is a lie there. So all he did was pretty much mention the lies that he made up and point out the actual truth. So what DSP is actually saying here is that basically that he thinks that Chris is lying and Phil's telling the truth. And that pretty much proves one thing, that Phil's actually one of those types of people who thinks that his opinions are always right, like always 100% correct, but in reality though, he's most of the time wrong. But it's like I said, that copyright law that the guy commented on this episode of Ask the King, he pretty much just proved the truth to DSP that it is legal to make for criticism, and so pretty much Phil lied about it and just made it up. Because he thinks that maybe what he said is correct about the law, but really it's not. Somebody pointed out the actual law. And he also points out another comment that says, "He's pissed that I asked for an apology after he attacked me on my own forums, calling me too lazy for direct capture." Now, Chris did admit it in his video, his recent video that got re-uploaded on a different channel, that he did call him lazy for direct capturing. But because of the fact that he asked him for his apology, even though all Phil did was pretty much just trying to help him out make money and stuff, and that's pretty much the other thing. And because of that, and because that he was calling him an idiot and that stuff, Chris pretty much was mad at Phil about that. And here's the next tweet. He says, "If you think I'm in it for the money, then just stop watching. Anybody who knows me knows that's completely false." Well, quite honestly, Phil, no, that's not false. That's not false. I'm sorry. Actually, no, sorry, sorry, Phil, but that's not true. You did prove in your previous videos that you are doing it for money. Like, for example, because you mentioned that you get money based off of views, and because they get less views this year than you were in the previous year or so, and because of that, you pretty much, and because that you kept insulting fans and stuff like that, you pretty much just, you pretty much, Phil, are admitting that you're doing it for the money. Like, there's some few examples. Like, number one, whenever he gets some videos that get super low views, he pretty much just keeps complaining about it. Like, and literally people get mad about that because that pretty much also proves he's doing it for the money. And there's another and another example is when he did a playthrough of certain games. It was like Lego City Undercover. Now that game, I could understand he stopped playing that game because it had low views. Because a lot of people didn't like it. But if you get let's say you have a game that you actually enjoyed it, but the fans don't like it, but then you get a lot of views and you still continue playing it. That honestly proves that would be another example that he's doing it for the money, but that's if he's enjoying the game. If for some reason, if he decides to stop playing a game that gets low views, and even though he likes it but the fans don't want to see it and he stops it, that's pretty much another proof he does it for the money, alright? And, there's another example about it. Like, I mentioned his Nintendo E3 reaction video, and even his rant video about Nintendo's ad revenue, that he pretty much said that he's mostly thinking that he will not buy another Nintendo game ever for the Wii U console because of the ad revenue, because the fact that they take away the money from the YouTubers' videos that he put a lot of hard work on. To which I saw Mr. Brock in his video about that, pointing out the mistakes he made or misinformed information. Like for example, Phil pretty much mentioned something like he mentioned it's unfortunate whether or not I'll ever play another game on this fucking thing. To which Mr. Brockins pointed out, yes you do. It's your full-time job. If you don't, this pretty much proves you're just doing it for the money and nothing else. Not for fun, not for entertainment. In which, quite honestly, I actually agree with that. Because at that one moment, that was possibly one of the best examples of Phil proving that he's doing it for the money. In fact, I actually pointed this out in his comment, especially his Nintendo E3 reaction video. We pointed out the same thing. And he pretty much were pissed off at me. And keep in mind, I was not being criticism, but I was letting him know about that. And quite honestly, he pointed out criticism against me. And pretty much said that I disagree with him taking money, especially from their fans. And so now you stumped me. Now I need apologies and no. And quite honestly, I didn't give him an apology because he was such an idiot YouTuber. And quite honestly, I find him to be such an overrated YouTuber. Like literally. I just need to check the time for a sec. Okay? And quite honestly, actually, the reason I find him overrated is because the majority of his fan base are 12 to 14 years who aren't mature enough to understand. Now, he has some couple of fans that are mature enough to understand, but I think because that they now understand a bit of DSP, he pretty much now understands it, alright? And, speaking of that, if you remember, I made a vlog video related to Nintendo changing a bit of their ad revenue, so that pretty much would help people who make money after it, help them out a bit. Now they can still do it. Like, Zack Scott Games actually made that announcement that he didn't get affected by this. And there's actually a difference between people who do this, who play the games for money, I'd say who play the games mostly 100% for the money, and there are some people who do it for the money, but also to have fun while playing the game. Zack Scott Games, I think, is an example of that, okay? Zack Scott Games is a prime example because he has mentioned in a vlog video after the ad revenue controversy that although he's getting paid for playing the games, he does love Nintendo and he'll still play the games. Even with this ad revenue, he'll still play the games because he enjoys playing Nintendo games, alright? Now, you see what I mean? That's the type of YouTuber who does it for money that I actually do care about. Even if you're doing it for the money, if you still love the company, you have a gaming company that you like, and you love playing their games in that, and if you still want to play the games to have fun, to show off the games, that's fine then that's completely fine. Right, I'm completely fine with that, I actually like Zack Scott Games. I actually subscribe to his channel. However, with Phil, however, because of the fact that he probably said he will never buy a Nintendo game for the Wii U because of that, pretty much proves that he is doing it pretty much 100% for the money. And because that it is his full-time job, and the fact that he admitted it to me before he blocked me, pretty much proves that he is doing this 100% for the money because it's his full-time job. Look, it doesn't really matter though if it's a full-time job. If you're still doing it for the money and you're not gonna buy games anymore because of copyright issues and stuff like that, pretty much proves you're just doing 100% for the money. I just need to move back my fan a little. And sorry if the fan's a bit loud, but I want to point that out. And another thing DSP said in his Nintendo E3 reaction video was he mentioned that Nintendo completely screwed their entire fan base. But if you actually think about it, there's, let's see, almost 4 million Wii U, almost 4 million Wii U Nintendo fans have Wii U consoles. And plus, you divide that there's only 5% of them, that do it for the money. So like, let me actually calculate here, though. Let's see. Let's see, okay. So divided by 5%, if you divide that pretty much, like, this is like, hold on a minute, did I get this wrong? Alright, so, if you divide by 5%, then times it by 2... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't really remember how to calculate this, but, like, let's say divide by 5%. So pretty much, like, over 800,000 YouTubers, or maybe less than that, I'm not sure though, but less than that, pretty much they mostly have YouTube accounts that do it just for the money. While the rest, however, either have YouTube accounts, such as myself, that don't do it for the money, and just have fun while playing the game, or just don't have a YouTube account entirely. Now, that's another example of him being misinformed or making up that lie. Because he should know that there's millions upon millions of YouTube, that there's millions and millions of Nintendo fans, and not all of them have YouTube accounts. And that's another example where he thinks that his opinion is always 100% correct, but really not really. Yeah, okay? Now, I wanted to point that out, though. Well, anyways, back to the Chris thing I mentioned. Like, here's another tweet he mentioned here. He says, bottom line, Chris made anti-DSP vids when I never did anything to him, nor did... do I talk about? So, who's really fault here? And here's the other thing, like Chris wasn't making an anti-DSP video. He was just pointing out some of the lies and misinformation that you made, Phil. You get it? Misinformation and lies that you made just to point them out, which you don't completely understand that from the comments that we made before you deleted them. And the last tweet he actually mentioned about is he says, like, this is after one guy commented about this. He says, then why not watch the video and go off your opinion instead of what your fans tell you? If you can delete comments and block. Chris replies, because I don't care. Chris chose to publicly defame and lie about me instead to talk to me like a man. He doesn't get my time. To which, quite honestly, Chris mentioned though that he was not, like I said, Phil, he was not lying about you. He was just correcting all the lies and stuff you made in your videos to point out the actual truth. So you literally have to stop lying, really. Because I think this is why you're losing, why you don't have that many subscribers, or why you're losing views. It's mainly because you lie. Like, you lie a lot of the times, and you think, and you probably might say that, no, that's not true. Well, I was right about that. But literally, if you've seen the comments of your subscribers or fans, they're pretty much most of the time 100% correct than you are. And because they always point out the correction of what you're trying to say, though, that's pretty much the truth in that, and you pretty much lied about it. Now, and the last thing I want to talk about is, I want to actually see the time one more time, actually. I always want to check the time. Alright, so I got at least 9 minutes left, so I do have plenty of time. If I finish this, I could make this just a 2-part. If not, I'll make it a 3-part. Now, here's the next thing that really pissed me off even more about this. For what a lot of people are saying, he pretty much was uploading some videos of his Earthbound 2 playthrough, the SNES Classic, that he said is one of his favorite games ever made. However, he recently got comments from people saying, like, he pretty much went on a rant of people saying that they found the video boring and found the videos boring, mentioning games like Minecraft, Happy Wheels, or Angry Birds. In fact, this is possibly the best example of him insulting people. Like, literally, like there's some comments I can see here. Now, here's one thing he said. Here's one thing. Here's one tweet he said. He said, mobile games are huge now, but lots of them are a repetition of easy, addicting gameplay. Gaming is becoming dumbed down to the point of idiocy. So he pretty much called these fans of Minecraft and that who said that his Earthbound playthrough is boring, pretty much are calling them idiots, even though those will probably be his fans. And so here are his retweets to other people who mentioned that. Like, I'll maybe click on one. Actually, no, that's not the one. There's gotta be a good example. No, not that one. I'm trying to find it here. Okay, here we go. I found one. One tweet Phil mentioned in his rant thing here on his Twitter account said, the reason games like Minecraft, the Angry Birds, and other repetitive crap is probably because people have no taste anymore. Deal with it. And then traditional game says, now you're just being a dick. You have no right to say we have no taste. People play and watch what they want. You deal with it. And then he says, actually those with taste do actually have a right to shit as it is. Time-wasting games aren't a good usage of time. So that's just one tweet actually. That's one tweet. There's more evidence on this, okay? Alright, here's probably another one. And here's one tweet Phil said. Alright, this is a conversation. Phil said, there's a reason you won't see me playing Happy Wheels, Minecraft, or the other viral crap. I like good games, not time wasters. And so, this guy says, with the Champa says, so why do you play major releases if you don't play viral things? Because lots of them are good. Most retail games are developed to be complete artistic works, not time wasters. So, that's again, it's another example. And here's the other guy. This guy known as Mario Fanboy 15 says, yes, call a game shit when you hadn't played it. To which Phil replied back saying, yes, because I have no idea what Minecraft is, nor have I seen endless shitty videos of it gets millions of views because of idiots. You pretty much see what I mean? You pretty much understand what I mean now? He pretty much insulted fans who like the games a lot, even though technically he's never played the games before. Now, I need to find another good example. And now here's a comment from Jarvis Rome that I actually agree with about. He says, Phil, Minecraft is meant for certain people that are creative. Don't say we don't have taste, you just don't like that game. And here's another tweet from Sammy. Now I am going to take a look at the time again just to see. Alright? Okay. And so Semi actually says, hey, there's no need to be an anal awards and insult people who like games that you don't. Phil replies back saying, it's not uncalled for when the classics get insulted while these games get massive attention. It's a travesty. And Phil also replied to Access Denied 101 saying, I'm insulting people who insult classics but give this Minecraft millions of views. Why do most games suck now? This. Omri Kunert says, I think his point was that the certain people you have been insulting might not hate retro gamers. So he pretty much just keeps insulting people. Now there's more to this though. Okay, here we go. This guy says, make Minecraft videos and earn millions of subscribers, then go play retro games. You'll educate them about classic games. LOL. Phil replies back saying, playing crap just to cater to the lowest common denominator of idiot? No thanks. I'll quit first and I don't plan on doing that. So yeah, there you go. He pretty much insults them. And keep in mind, here's another one. I actually found another one here for you. Now this guy said, it is becoming dumbed down to that point because of gamers like you, who want their handheld but are dumb as hell. Deal with it. Phil replies back saying, or because idiots like you watch shitty videos of crap like Minecraft and Happy Wheels instead of anything with substance. And the traditional game says, I've had enough of this. Quit insulting people because they like stuff you don't. You're such an asshole, dude. You're the ass. And Phil replies back saying, you're the asshole. He insulted me first in a tweet. I'm now officially tired of your whining and crap. So, pretty much from that thing, he pretty much is whining like a 12-year-old, but all because that these fans of Minecraft like playing these games because Phil doesn't like them. So Phil insults them about that. To which I say, wow, DSP, like, I'm sorry, DSP, to saying this. You're a dumbass. Like, literally. You are a dummy. You're such a whiny cat. You're really a whiny... I'm sorry to say this, people. Phil's a whiny bitch about that. Like, seriously. Just because somebody likes games that you don't, what you say are time wasters, you have no fucking right to insult them just because of that, alright? You have no right. Alright? And quite honestly, though, I actually agree with some of these other tweeters that, like, not Phil, though, the other tweeters, non-Phil tweeters, I actually agree with them. Well, those games are meant for a certain audience, and that's the majority of games today. They're meant for a certain audience. Like, if you're a fan of open world games, you probably prefer open world games. If you're a fan of those who likes to be creative, like Minecraft or Happy Wheels, then you can play those games. And the fact that Phil said that they are time wasters is complete stupid bull poo. Like, you know what I mean? It's stupid bull poo. It's just really dumb. Like, literally, it really is. Isn't that? And quite honestly, though, if some people don't like retail modern games and want to play games that are still fun and creative, then they're going to play them. Don't insult them just because they like games that you don't and call them idiots. You had no right to say that, Phil. You had no right to say that. Ugh, why, Phil? Why are you such an idiot and a whiny bitch when you whine about it? Like, seriously. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to be back for part 3 because there's going to be one more thing I'm going to be mentioning or so. So I'll be right back.